In today's video, I am going to be sharing 5 tips on how you can make an academic comeback. Before we get started, the first thing, guys, I want to share with y'all is that failure to plan is planning to fail. So if you do not have a proper plan on how you're going to make your academic comeback, then you're planning to fail. So before we get started, I want to share a story with y'all. For such a long time, during my period in high school, I've never been an A student. For a very long time, I've been barely passing, like throughout high school. Then when I got to grade 11, in grade 11, I failed term 1, I failed term 2, and it was a necessity for me that I have to pass term 3 or else I'll be not going to grade 12. So I passed term 3 and I passed term 4, and I must tell you the truth that my marks in term 4 were not that good. That's actually bad. Like, I had a level 1, the highest was 60%? Yes, in 2 subjects. Then the rest were 3s and 4s. And it was not good. Grade 12 term 1, I passed. Good. Then in term 2, I dropped. Then I tried to balance. The reason why I dropped the subject that I got a distinction in term 2 was that I was trying to balance. Me trying to balance meant that I have to work more in other subjects too, so it didn't allow me to work more on the subject that I was already passing really well, and I neglected it because I was like, hey, I passed, I got a distinction in term 1, so I dropped. Even though the others improved, I didn't like it because I dropped. I lost the distinction. Then in term 3, term 3 was actually the best I've performed this year. I got, in my prelims, I got 3 distinctions: economics, business studies, and LO. But let's exclude LO, 2 distinctions, because LO RCTs don't look at it. But yeah, so it is based on these marks that I am going to be sharing tips on how you can make your academic comeback. And also, I got an award. I was the highest. Yeah, I had the highest average in my class in the commerce stream. I had the highest average in accounting, business studies, and economics. An average of 70%, yeah. If I remember, yeah. But yeah, guys, let's get started. So tip number 1 is getting ahead. I'm sure most of y'all by now have gotten your reports. You know that you've passed, you're going to grade 11 or going to grade 12. And congratulations to the matriculants of next year, matriculant 2025. Wish all the best of luck. It's, grade 12. Yeah. And guys, it's not a myth when they say prelims are harder than finals. I promise you, if you can work really hard and get good marks on your prelims, you basically be revising before you write your finals. So tip number 1 is getting ahead. Since you all have gotten your reports right now, you can use this time before you all open schools. How many weeks or left. But by the time you see this video, hopefully you've gotten your report and you can see which subjects you need to improve in. So basically, getting ahead as much as 2 weeks. 1 week, it's okay, but preferably 2 weeks. Guys, it's very crucial. I cannot emphasize how crucial it is. Getting ahead. By the time you reopen schools, you will be doing revision. It saves you a lot of time, like a lot of time. And yeah, getting ahead, using the time that we have now. But hey, guys, especially if you go into grade 12, holidays, hey guys, just get used to it right now. Y'all don't have your holidays as grade 12. Just forget about your holidays. You must study. It's at the end of the day, it's gonna be worth it. I promise you. You will not be worrying about whether you passed or not when you're waiting for the final. When you're waiting for your final statement. The only thing you're gonna be worried about is whether you got your distinctions or not. So yeah. So tip number 2 is having a study schedule. You cannot say, let's say you're studying during the holidays. You cannot wake up today and be like, I feel like studying maths. Then you go study maths. Tomorrow you wake up and you should be studying this subject, but you're like, I don't feel like it. Have a study schedule for now and during the school year. So this is what my study schedule looked like. So I would study 2 subjects each day. I would have 3 hours for each subject. So which means a total of 6 hours, at least minimum total. But let's say it's a Monday. On Monday, I would study a subject that I'm struggling in and a subject that I'm doing good in, like business and accounting. So 3 hours for accounting, 3 hours for business studies. So this is how I would do it. The first hour, I would spend on that specific subject. I would choose a topic, study it for a whole hour, test myself the next hour. Then on the 3rd hour, after testing myself, relearning where I've made my mistakes. So in between those hours, take breaks, guys, to avoid burnout. You will be burned out. If you're not used to studying for long hours, you will get burned out. And yeah, that's how. Then on Tuesday, it will be maths lit and economics. Wednesday, languages. Thursday, hello. Friday, for revision. The weekend was off. Do it like that. If you can go online, search. There's a lot of videos on study schedules here on YouTube. I'll probably link some videos in the description. I'll find some videos. Yeah. Tip number 3 is do your homeworks and your assignments. Guys, it's as soon as you get your homework or your assignment, do it as soon as possible. Like for instance, back in term 1, what really helped me in term 1 was that since I was staying far, was staying maybe an extra hour after school, or at break time, I would do my homeworks or finish off my assignments. So that's gonna help you, especially if you know that when you get at home, you're gonna be very busy. At the beginning of the year, I was staying at my house, so it would help me to stay behind at school or go to the library and do a little bit of work, so that when I get home, I can get home, do what I have to do, sleep. Then when everyone else is asleep, I wake up and actually study. That actually helped me. But Yeah. If you don't feel like studying, but guys, when you get your assignments and your homework, get them out of the way as soon as possible so it does not distract you from studying. When it's time to study, you study, and you're not trying to complete your assignment, or you're trying to complete that homework that your teacher, in Monday morning, they're gonna make, like, do them break time and after school. So when you get home, you actually study. Yeah. Tip number 4 is getting the correct study material. You see, I'm sure right now study guides are much more cheaper than they will be during the year next year. Because last year I bought my study guides during holidays. And it's very important you get the correct study material. Yeah. You can get access to some other study materials online. You can get them on the department's website. It has, I'll show you, I'm sure I'll show it in the screen somewhere. Yeah. The department has study guides. I'll probably put on the link to their website. But if you go and search the Department of Education, but yeah, there are videos here on YouTube. I can do separate videos on study materials where you can get them too. Having the correct study material, it's very crucial. There's apps on Play Store, like JCT Solutions has apps, a lot of apps for every subject and for most grades, from grade 12, I think, down to 8. Yeah. And make sure you buy study guides. Invest, guys. Invest in yourself. Study guides are really, really helpful. There are study guides that most people prefer, and I'll do a separate video showing you the study guides I used and study guides you can use and study resources you can use, and get past papers. Yeah, get past papers, study your study resources in order right now so that when it's time to study. Tip number 5, last but not least, one of the most important things is try and avoid burnout. Pace yourselves. You know yourselves, you know how much work you can do, but at the same time, what I would advise you to do during term 1, work as much as possible and see where your work threshold is. Where is it at? And try to increase it. The more work you do, the more you get used to working. I don't know if you'll understand. The more work, the longer the hours you work and get burned out, increases your work threshold. So yeah, guys, try and avoid burnout and remember why you started. Remember where you come from. Remember why you have chosen this path. Remember why you want to get good marks. Like, honestly speaking, your motivation might be different from another person's motivation. But for me, it is, I know what my household situation is. And another thing, try to surround yourselves with people who are on the path you're on. It's gonna help you a lot. Like people, like the top achievers in your class. Try surround yourselves with them most of the time. I am telling you guys, like it's gonna help you a lot. And do not waste your time. If your friends want to go out with you, go play soccer, and you have to study, guys, it's gonna be worth it. Missing when you get those good marks, you can play the whole entire time. The whole entire time. Like, just focus on getting good marks and know where you come from. Amakaya afani. Know why you want to get those good marks. Just remember why you started. There will be times where you'll be feeling demotivated, like, why am I even doing this? Try and remind yourself why you started. Yeah, guys, that's it from me. Those are 5 tips that can help you. I'm sure they'll help you make your academic comeback. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it helpful. Share it with your friends, your family, more especially your girlfriend. I'll be making 2 separate videos on how to get a distinction in economics and how to get a distinction in business studies, whether you're in grade 10, 11, or 12. Yeah, that's it from me, guys.